Hello, everyone. I am Jacques Cousineau, Sales Manager, Quebec and Ontario at Novipro. And welcome to this podcast series dedicated to the 9th edition of the IT Trend. As every year, the Novipro Group published last June its annual report on the state of the IT market in Canada. Throughout this series, we'll analyze the key statistics and take a closer look at where the market stands 6 months after the report release. Which trend, challenges, and priorities have evolved since then? For the 5th episode of the Economic Landscape, I'm joined by Novipro Group CEO Alain Cormier. Hi, Alain.
Hi, Jacques.
Alain, you know the IT trend very well. You were there when it was created 9 years ago. This year, for the first time, AI tops the list of investment priorities for Canadian businesses. 6 months later, is that trend reflected in the market?
Well, Jacques, before answering your question, let me go back a little bit on the IT trend report. It's been 9 years, and actually, the opportunity we've got with the IT trend is the fact that we're surveying IT decision maker, but we're also surveying non-IT decision maker. So it gave us the opportunity to do a comparison as far as the answer that we're getting. And you're right. This year, there are three key elements for investment. The first one being AI, second one being cloud solution, and the third one being security solution and services. Actually, there's 81% of company that did answer the survey that are planning to do investment in the next 2 years. Going back a little bit on the IT decision maker and the non-IT decision maker, certainly for the non-IT, AI is at the top. Actually, it's in advance by 10% on the second place. When I'm looking at the IT decision maker, actually cloud solution is at the top, but really close to AI by about a bit less than 1%. But again, overall, AI, it's the top solution where companies are planning to invest. Coming back to your discussion, and based on my discussion with our clients over the last 6 months, the intent to invest in AI is really to increase productivity or automate some specific manual task. They also would like to reduce costs. But one thing that is really important is they want to remain competitive or bring something different in the market compared to their competitors. Through those discussions, there are a few elements that are preventing companies to invest in AI. Cost is one. The data protection and privacy, it's another one. Companies are starting to be more careful about or cautious about when they're using cloud solution and where the data will reside. And there's more and more regulation around that. But what I would say that the biggest challenge for clients or prospect I had question with is to identify the real use case for AI, but also what's the real return for the company. This is the major challenge, and it's pretty much in line with also what we got out of the IT trend report.
Okay. Do you believe the Canadian market is sufficiently prepared for large-scale AI integration?
Um, are we prepared? I think everybody has the intent to invest, and there's still a lot of questions about AI and how to invest. Um, I will give you my point of view. The Canadian market has to be ready, and actually they need to be ready, and they need to implement AI within their businesses if they want to stay competitive. So this is really what I think on that side. Um, if you look at we're part of the North American market, and if we want to be competitive with the U.S. Companies, we need to invest. Otherwise, we will end up having a technology debt, and this is something that we want to avoid within the Canadian market.
AI is on everyone's mind, but we're also seeing major shift in cloud adoption. Historically, companies relied on on-premise solution, yet now 55% of them plan to use cloud-based software within the next 2 years. What's your perspective on this evolution?
Well, I mentioned it earlier. Cloud solution is at the second rank as part of the investment that companies are planning to do in the next 2 years. Um, we see that more and more software editor or manufacturers are coming out with their cloud version of their solution, and actually they're pushing clients that have that solution on prem to move into the cloud. And we also saw few editors that actually eliminated the on-prem version, giving the only opportunity for clients to get new functionality to migrate to the newest version on the cloud. So this is really the trend that we see in the market. And talking with our client, it's been confirmed. Um, on our side, when we work with client and we make the evaluation, when we look at the business case at the end, the cost associated to have a cloud version compare of doing the acquisition of the infrastructure, the software, the management costs. Often the cloud solution, it's a better decision for the client. The most common solution that we would see, it's ERP solution, CRMs, and we're starting to see a lot more on the analytics side that are largely cloud-based.
Thank you. I'd like to talk about modernization now. Earlier, we mentioned investment priorities, particularly in AI, yet for 48% of companies, costs remain the main obstacle to the modernization of technologies. So, how do you interpret the reality between investment intention and the obstacle to modernization?
Well, first of all, when we're talking about modernization, there's multiple elements that could be part of that, whether it's the tools, the systems, the infrastructure, or the management solution. And there could be other ones that would fall under the modernization topic. I'll pick few elements that will impact clients and will make them wanted to invest in modernization and be part of their budget. First one, it's cybersecurity threats. There are new technology coming out. Hackers are using it. So company has to stay current on their cybersecurity solution to protect the company. So it is important to modernize those solutions. And again, it was the third element ranked as part of investment in the IT trend report. And it still remain an important element in the IT budget and for the modernization. We also spoke about AI. Um, AI will bring modernization. We see more and more software editors embedding AI in their solution with new functionality, automating specific manual tasks. And in order to have those new functionality, well, you must modernize what you're using today, move to the next version, buying the new module that will include the AI. So again, this is something that will push our clients to invest into modernization. Um, the third element that we see, and depending on clients, is legacy systems. Many of our clients still have legacy systems that would reduce their competitiveness in the market. So they must address that issue to stay competitive in the North American market. One thing that company needs to question themselves before investing in modernization is how it is related to a business need, whether it's to protect on the cybersecurity, whether it's to improve your competitiveness or to reduce your technology debt. It has to be related to a real business requirement. And this is how we would justify the budget for modernization. And it is some sort of challenge because often we're putting the weight on the IT team to bring the business case, but it has to be done with the line of business as well.
The report also showed that most Canadian companies have reached the implementation stage of their modernization effort. 6 months later, where do things stand?
I was a bit surprised when I saw that statistic as part of the IT trend, um, because saying that you're completed, almost completed, I'm looking at how fast the market, the economy, and technology are the evolution of these three elements. Um, and modernization should be a continuous process, or at least something that we evaluate year after year, because there's so much evolution going on. Um, it's a never-ending process, and company must stay ahead of these changes. Um, they must align their modernization effort with what is the impact on the business and on the ecosystem. It's key as well because it will impact their subcontractor. It will impact their competitors. So they need to stay ahead of the crowd.
Well, that concludes with the question, Alain. Thank you very much for agreeing to answer my questions, and thank you to everyone for listening to this podcast. Again, the IT Trend is still available for free downloads, so if you'd like to learn more, visit novipro.com. My name is Jacques Cousineau. Thank you and have a nice day.